Hi everybody. Today we're going to see how I draw Mezmer. Okay, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch. See if I can get everything in here. I'm trying to think of a good pose for him too, because we want to see those gloves, right? Let's see, maybe I'll have his hand up. I'm trying to think of something good. Let's see, how about if there's a one glove up like that. I'm trying to do it too so it's not like super hard to see, because the detail's so fine in that mask that I don't want to lose anything. Okay, so how about we do something like that? I can flow the jacket out. I'm trying to make it look stylized and cool and fun and still give you all the detail. Okay. Let's see. That's going to come in. The jacket's going to do like that. Go up. And so this is the stuff you got to plan when you want to do something fun, you know. We'll do that. So I started drawing and it kind of worked out like this, but it's almost gonna, no, I know what I'll do. I'll put that other hand down. I like the way it was going in a certain position, but I won't do that. I'll just keep it with the glove down like that. And that'll let me do something cool and something fun over here, okay? And that'll let us still be able to see what we're doing. Okay. All right. Okay, let me put a few more details in so I can get started. And then I'll start with a Sharpie. I'll use a Sharpie. I'm not starting with a Sharpie if I've already started, right? I use a Sharpie so you can see it much better. I think that's good right there. Okay. Okay, I think that's good. And we'll just figure it out as we go. I think that's good enough for the detail. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Sharpie. I'm going to start with the details in the face first with the fine Sharpie. So I'm basically going to start drawing the skull, okay? And what I'm going to do is draw a couple of eyes, some big round bubblies, like this, almost like glasses, right? And then I'm trying to figure out how much detail I'm going to put in, because sometimes you lose some of it when you're drawing it. And you can't draw every single one. You just kind of draw what's close, okay? So I know there's another outline around it, so we're going to basically do that. Another one around like this. Draw like almost like eyebrows, you know. Another one around like that. And then we'll go ahead and draw like the eyes, so more circles inside. And that way you can color that in, and it'll make those like the white eyeballs, okay? So the nose is just a simple couple little slits like that. And so now we're going to do the teeth. Easiest way to do this is we're going to split it down the middle. So we're going to draw, that's going to be the middle of the top half, and that's going to be the middle of the bottom one. So now we're just going to build off of that, okay? So we're just going to draw one on each side so we'll know we got the same amount. And we're just drawing the teeth. And he has like really long incisors like that. Okay, and then now we're just going to draw a few more. It doesn't have to be exact. We're just going to do that because these are going to disappear off the side with the way it's angled just a bit. So we're not going to draw every single one, right? There's a tiny little gap, so I'm going to make sure I give myself that gap for the teeth and then draw the other ones. Okay? And that's good enough. We don't have to draw every single one. I'm just drawing until I run out of room right there. Okay? perfect. So he's got a jaw and the earrings that are hanging down. So let's draw the edge of this. That's the edge of that skull right there. And then we're going to draw the jaw down like this, a little pointy, and it's going to come back up to about right there, because that's where I'm going to put the earrings. They're not really earrings, they're just part of the details of the face. And I'm going to do like that. And then, so basically they look like little squares, but they're like Mayan type design. So it's basically, we're just going to do that. We're just going to draw squares. And what I'm going to do though is I'm going to kind of stop and do this, because I know where my hood edge is going to hit. And this one, same thing here. I'm just going to kind of do something like this. Okay. And same thing, I'm going to end the edge like that, because that's where it's going to disappear. And so inside it has style to it that is something kind of like this. It's not exact, but it's got kind of that, again, like I said, that Mayan look to it. Okay, so there you go. That's good for that. So we're going to move on to a fatter Sharpie for the other stuff, and we'll come back and take care of the eyes. Let's do that now. Let's color that in. If you're using a pencil, you can color this in, or you can do it later with regular color. However you're going to color it. I'm just doing that to make that defined. Okay, so now I'm going to draw the rest of the hood and build from there. So the hood's going to come to about right here, and then it's going to come out. Okay, so I'm going to go out and up to about where I was drawing that edge. And then we're going to color all that in black later, but right now I'm just drawing the edges. Okay, I'm going to come to the top, bring it down, and connect it right here. So I'm going to come back around to that. Okay, and so this part's thinner because his head's kind of turned a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of come up, then go to the top of his head, then bring it back down, and connect it like that. Or that's where I'm going to have it. So there's the top of his jacket. And so the way I have him posed, I have to draw his hand first, because he's kind of, off to the side. You'll see what I'm doing. So this is just going to be, they're both going to be just simple fists, so you can see the detail. So all we have to do is draw the skeleton gloves that he has right now. So I'm just going to draw little boxes, because that's basically what they are. And then I'm going to come back and add some detail. Okay, so there's the teeth for the gloves. And here, let's do this. Let's add the detail with the fine Sharpie. That way you can see what's going on here. So it's going to have kind of something just like, it doesn't have to be exact, but I'm going to do something like this just to give it some defining features. Okay, the eyes are kind of like I guess this, what's an octagon? 8 and what's 6? Sexagon, because it's only got 6 sides. Okay, and same thing, it's got an outline like his head. So that's basically all you're really doing. You're just kind of like adding a few details to kind of give it a skull look. That's the way the gloves are, So I'm just going to kind of color in a few things. And that'll be good enough for the gloves. So, oh, you know what? Here, so it's not confusing. The reason I say they look like gloves, like skulls to me, is because these are colored in too. Okay, so I'm going to keep going on. So his gloves are going to come out like that, and he's got a big cuff on his sleeve, and his sleeves are super puffy. So I'm just going to kind of do something like this. And that'll take care of his arm to his jacket. See, he's kind of up like that, so we can just have some fun with it and make it our own by doing something like that. So it's not the standard pose. See, you're kind of hiding all the details you got to draw by doing something fun, different like that. So now that that's in front, we can define a few other things. I'm going to come up here like this, and I'm going to draw basically that same collar. And I have his jacket kind of poofing out because he's in action pose. So it's going to kind of poof out like that. Same thing, it's going to poof like this. And his inside jacket or body, I kind of have like this. Okay? Just imagine that he's hunched over, and that's his stomach right there. So let's draw the other parts of his jacket. I'm going to come down like this and draw that for his little, what do you call it? Bottom half of the jacket. Sure, we'll just call it that. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing over here. Just kind of, he's got like fringe, kind of like looking, no, not really fringe, but it's just got detail, specific detail that I'm drawing right there. That's what I'm going to do. And so same thing over here. His jacket's really poofy, so we're kind of getting away with not having to do too much by doing this. And so see, now we've artistically drawn the other sleeve. And so same thing, I'm going to have that fist down, and it's just basically going to be like this. And we got it covered, see? And so we're going to kind of do something like that. So to make that detail, all we're going to do is something like that. And so now it's that, but it's sideways, so you can't see it. So we kind of got away with it. So I'm going to give him the edge of his shirt here, and then draw his pants out like this, because he's got his knee bent the way I have him in his pose. And I'm going to draw the inside of his legs there, connect it down to here like that. And same thing, his pants are a little poofy, so I don't have to worry about too much detail. And I'm going to give him his knee, bring it down here like that. This. Same thing, do some poofs. Just because he's got like almost like sweatpants, poofy poofs. And now we just draw his shoes, which are pretty simple. Again, the color is going to take care of a lot of it, so all we got to do is draw the basic outline of it, and then we'll come back with the color and take care of the rest of it. Okay? So I'm going to draw to his toe like that, the top half up to that, and that'll take care of that part. I'm going to add a few more little details because coloring takes care of this. This design was pretty cool, but it's different from the rest of Fortnite, that it's not as specifically detailed with a whole bunch of stuff. So we're kind of getting away with just drawing tiny little parts of it, and then color will take care of the rest. Let's see, that's the zipper. I'm just going to kind of do like this, just to, indicate that that's the edge of the jacket, and the zipper's right there. And it's just, style, technique, things like that. Okay, so I think let's let coloring take care of the rest. And for now, that is Mezmer. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.